Hello everyone, it's day 6 of my holiday. So tomorrow is going to be my last day in the Gambia, and it's interesting how the days have flown pretty quickly because now I'm thinking, God, I have to go back to the cold. It's 3 more months of winter at least before we see summer over there. So at least I've had my touch of winter sun. I'm happy about that. Now, what's going on? Well, tomorrow is chill day. So my friend and I are just gonna find somewhere to chillax. And then when it's time, that I need to go, then I'm gonna come back, make sure my things are packed, make sure I haven't left anything behind, check out, and be gone. It's been very, very nice. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the fact that the activities have not been very tourist led. I actually didn't come here for that reason. I came here primarily to look at the house that I wanted to purchase and talk to the agent. But once that was done, I had some spare time to do other things. So next time I come around, I might actually get to see all the other things that I was initially wanting to see. Like there's all the monkey park and all the other things that, people come to see here. But, I saw people, Gambians that I actually knew who were in the UK and came back. So a lot of people don't know that I actually did stay in Gambia when I was younger, and I went and see some of the people who I stayed with, the family I stayed with today. Like I said in my introductory video, that was my dad's very, very good friend. And I found out that his daughter lives in the UK. The same lady who was well, we were good friends back in the day. Obviously, she's grown up and made friends of her own. And it is possible that we've seen each other and probably passed each other by and not even recognized each other. But I got her number, sent her a WhatsApp and see how that goes. I met her younger brother who used to bother me with questions. He was probably about 3 or 4 at the time. He's now a grown man and a banker, and I thought, wow, you know, it was nice to see them again. They were really happy to see me. I spent time in their house, and my parents have been here a bit more recently and spent time with them. All in all, this trip, well, I got used to the weather with it by the second day. The sun is hot, but it's not that kind of. There's a burning hot sun that you get in some countries where you actually get the impression that you're burning rather than just it's heat. Obviously I'm melanated, so sunlight doesn't really I hardly get sunburn. I mean, you have to be really no ozone layer basically for me to get sunburn. But I also put protection on when I'm going out, so I, I don't feel I feel the heat, but I don't feel like my skin is like burnt or anything. I do see a few less melanated people walking around looking pretty roasted. I'm like, I wish I could just take my factor 50 and spray it all over you. Yes, I do wear factor 50 even though I'm pretty melanated. So I got melanin, or I added extra melanin, and it's best to stay safe. This video is gonna be kind of short actually because I'm preparing for tomorrow, and tomorrow we're just planning to chill. We're gonna find a beach somewhere. We don't know yet. Wherever we will find one. And there's plenty of beaches that are going to be free during the week, which is cool. So we're going to find a beach somewhere, and we're going to be having a barbecue on the beach. And there's going to be a couple of people join me and my friend. Yesterday we went clubbing in the evening, and I put the clip in my previous video. And wow, it's been a while since I have actually done an all-nighter of clubbing, as in to go from sorry it's not but as in to go from club to club. I haven't done that in years. I mean, normally even in the UK, if I go to any club, I kind of end up staying there till whenever I want to leave. So we started off the night, it was ladies night, and then from there we spent the day shopping. and just sightseeing and shopping and looking at the market generally, picking up a few things here and there because there's no way I'm going to see clothes shopping and not buy clothes. I knew I was coming back. I mean, I came with a lightish suitcase, which was so easy for me to carry. Suitcase is slightly heavier than it was, let's just say. Um, and it was fun. Saw the sights, the sounds. I got some fruit, which the only fruit I had been eating so far has been watermelon, but I got some bananas and some seedless grapes, and that's going to form part of the barbecue food. I'm going to bring that with me. I've also got with me some. I also got with me some Dita juice, which my dad's friends gave me. He just kind of gave me bottles and bottles, and I thought, I'm going tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to take this with me. And I got some Wanjo that's somewhere. So I'm going to bring those as my contribution. And my friend's going to bring the food. And somebody else is just going to turn up because they were like, what should I bring? I said, well, whatever you want, but we've kind of got plenty of food. I mean, we've got fruit, we've got veg. I think my friend is making a salad as well. So this is basically, a lot of people don't know that this is the life I used to live because I used to say that and people used to look at me as if I was pompous, but I actually used to live this kind of life when I was living in Africa, because I was living in Dakar, and the first house we lived in Dakar was kind of in a neighborhood, but then we moved to a house that was closer to the beach, as in we could walk to the beach 500 meters. And this house was 8 bedrooms. And I remember when I told people in the UK, I don't know, when I tend to say things, people tend to think, oh, she's exaggerating. I'm like, no, that's who I really am. I exist. People like me exist. Okay, let's be real and stop pretending that there's some sort of there's nothing wrong with saying that that's who you are, because people like that do exist. Okay, it's not a boast, it's not a look down on anybody, it's just who they are. People need to get over this thing where you can't actually say who you are. You got to downplay who you are. Let me tell you something. Even if you downplay who you are, somebody's still going to hate you anyway. Somebody's still going to have a problem with you anyway. As far as I'm concerned, people who want to have a problem with you because they're the kind of people who want to have a problem. You don't have to do anything for someone to have a problem with you. They will give a reason. Oh, she thinks she's better than us, or she thinks I'm someone who doesn't spend my time preoccupied with others at all. I don't spend my time preoccupied with what other people are doing. I don't really care half the time. So if you're going around thinking things, trust me, no. So anyway, enough about that. I'm just saying, a lot of people, especially in England till today, still do not know that a lot of Africans actually grew up like that. And especially people like me, we kind of grew up like that. It was not a bad thing for us to have parties on the beach, especially all summer. Our summer was always on the beach, party, doing stuff. This is just me and my friend recreating a childhood that we had, except we're now grown, mature women, and we're just trying to connect as friends. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to be like a family barbecue, but just on a beach location. That's it. Whereas when we were younger, it would have been music, and there would have been boys, and there would have been all swimsuits. This is just chillax, chillax, and eat healthy, decent food, because we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have salad. Oh yeah, we're gonna have water, and we're gonna have. Oh God, I've consumed so much alcohol this week. It's amazing. I'm surprised that today I am not hungover after yesterday. We started off the night, ladies' night, at a particular club, and I just said, oh, I couldn't decide on what they wanted because the drinks menu was quite limited. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have a red wine. Now I had totally forgotten it was ladies' club, so this guy now gives me 2 glasses of red wine. And then the owner of the club, because there are not many people around, and it was a weekday, so obviously on a weekday not that many people were partying yesterday, which was cool. So we practically had the club to ourselves. There were a handful of people and DJ, and the DJ was spinning some good songs from like those 90s to 2000 to 2010s, you know, all the Busta Rhymes and all the Snoop Dogg's and all those kind of songs from back in that era. And we were just like, oh my God, we've gone back to our childhood. We really loved the songs, and we're just kind of like cheer dancing. And then we got up and danced around where we were sitting. And then the owner of the club, to thank us, bought us. So now I'm drinking one glass of wine, and I have two in front of me. And I'm thinking, huh? And it was on the house for patronizing him to say thank you. He kind of bought all the people there, gave all the people there a drink. And then we finished, and God, the way this thing happened, there was a guy who was talking to one of the ladies in the party, and they decided to buy all of us a drink. Now I was on my second bottle of wine, and I'm like, okay, there's four glasses in front of me, three of which I filled. And at this point, I was convinced I was drunk because I was like, I'm pretty sure I had two just a minute ago. When did they become four? And then she says, oh, no, he bought you one. And I'm thinking, okay, at this point, I'm thinking, well, 3 glasses of wine is a bottle. And I'm older than I used to. My body doesn't process this thing as I used to. I have spent years trying to feed my body healthy stuff. So here I'm putting alcohol in it, and that much alcohol, and I was getting really worried. So I decided to order a Red Bull. Then I remembered that in my childhood we used to actually mix wine and Red Bull. I'm thinking, oh shit, this is gonna go wrong. Anyway, I finished all those drinks. I'm not joking. My friend looks at me and she says, I'm gonna have to carry you out of here by the day. I said, no, we'll be fine. We get to the next club, and by this time our party had grown, and we had already booked this table. So we'd ordered some finger foods. We had like prawns and chicken wings, and we're like, okay, so we had a glass of champagne each. Then we finished the champagne, and then somebody decided to buy wine, and I'm like, guys, at this point I'm at a bottle and a half of wine with some champagne and a Red Bull. Guys, this is not going to go well, okay? So I didn't finish the second red wine because I was like, I've got to watch it now. Now I start drinking water because I'm like, there's way too much alcohol in my system. I start getting concerned. I'm like, I know my body isn't used to this. I haven't partied like this in years, and I'm older, so the hangover's going to be bad, right? We get to the third club, and what I have, ever since I turned 40, if I ever venture into a club, which I hardly ever do, anytime you see me in a club is because somebody my age is starting a birthday, or a group of people my age have decided to go to the club together. But you'll never catch me going to a club to do what? It's not been my thing for years. Apart from the fact that, I just can't go to the club and hang out because I'm not single. So the days where I would have done those kind of things are just kind of over. I'm somebody's mama now, And then what was so funny was we got there, and then we just thought, sod it, we go for VIP. Now, the good thing about being my age is we can afford VIP, okay? So all of us was like, yeah, VIP. So they let us in, and we're like, yeah, comfortable. VIP, we're not crowded, and we're watching everybody dance. This is what we do. What me and my friends do every time we go to the club. We hardly ever dance. We dance like in our spot in VIP, but we dance like a minute and we sit down. Okay? Because let me tell you something, at this time, the knees is talking to you. The knees is telling you, hey. Your brain is saying, ooh, and your knees is like, whoa. Especially you trying to wind down low, and you get to set that position, your knees say, I'm not going any lower than this. Get back up. So that's basically how we were. You got to respect the body when he tells you not to do something. And so we just had a nice time. We mostly chair dancing. And then they ordered more finger food and more wine. Now on my 6th glass of wine, which makes 2 bottles, just me alone. And I was the tamest drinker in that group. Them guys were drinking like, they were just like, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh shit. So at this point, I start sipping really slowly my wine. And thank God I had the water beforehand, because if I hadn't had the water beforehand, I would have been drunk at this point. I was properly drunk. And I'm somebody who hates the idea of being out of control in any way, shape, or form, because I don't want to be at the mercy of someone else, because you never know what situation you get yourself in. And the last thing I want to do is be like that in a foreign country. Apart from the fact that I'm just too health conscious to get there. Yes, I did say I try and relax, and let me not lie to you, I enjoyed myself. I actually, let my hair loose. I was like, and I danced more than I have in ages. So it was good. It was good. We had a good fun. We had a good laugh. And then the funniest thing was I wasn't allowed to pay for anything, no matter how hard I tried. I mean, and I did try. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. And then someone would just swipe my hand away, and the next thing I'll see another bottle. I'm like, okay, I haven't seen a bill. Someone, tell me the bill. I'm like, no. And everywhere I went, for some reason, they were giving me drinks on the house. The owner of the club just said, here, I haven't seen you in this club before. Here, have a drink on the house. I'm like, so I'm like, oh my God. Now, in my 20s, the amount of alcohol would not have meant anything. But in my not so 20s, and that is 20 plus VAT plus shipping, you do the math. Depending on how much VAT is in your country, I might be older and younger than 20, okay? But 20 plus VAT plus shipping, standard shipping charges, right? At that age that I am, alcohol ain't your friend. If you get drunk, you're going to wake up the next day with a hangover that's going to last you a couple of days. Oh, Lord have mercy.